It's time for Street Talk, your voice and your views on the issues in the news. If you're an aspiring US citizen, you'd better brush up on your American history, or else Uncle Sam may not let you in. A new citizenship test was released last week after several years and $6.5 million in the making. Devised by the US Citizenship and Immigration Services, the test would be a legal requirement for aspiring Americans starting in October 2008. Some questions included on the test are: what did Susan B. Anthony do? And what territory did the United States buy from France in 1813? Well, some critics, however, feel the new test may be too hard even for most Americans. So we took to the streets to see how those in the nation's capital fared. And the first question we asked was, how many amendments does the United States Constitution have?
Oh my gosh, how many amendments?
I have no idea. 11.
22.
23.
That's 13? Or 10?
26.
Well, they didn't do too well on that one, but let's see if they're able to remember the year in which the Constitution was written.
Constitution was written in...
1778.
1755.
1776.
1976, ma'am.
Oh, it was around 1750 something.
Huh. 1777?
Well, after seeing them struggle with questions like that, we decided on a more current question. Who is the current Speaker of the House of Representatives?
Oh, man, you got me on that. They changed it so many times. I have no idea.
Reed. No?
Let's see, the House. Nancy Pelosi?
Oh, the woman, Kirovitz. Yeah.
Current speaker is Denny Hastert.
It's not Nancy Pelosi, is it?
If you're wondering what the answers are, there are 27 amendments in the Constitution, which was written in 1787, and the current Speaker of the House is Nancy Pelosi. A new comedy show on American television pokes fun at the stereotypes of foreigners, especially Muslims, in small-town USA. Aliens in America debuted on CW Network on Monday with a story centered around the Tolchuk family of Medora, Wisconsin. They volunteered to take in a foreign exchange student for a year and are aghast to discover, while greeting him at the airport, that he's a traditional Pakistani Muslim by the name of Raja Musharraf.
So there we were, waiting for my new mail-order pal.
Oh, I guess that wasn't him.
Are you the Tolchuks? I am Raja, your exchange student. You are such good people to open your home to me. Thank you, Allah, for the Tolchuks.
When the original host family learned that a Pakistani Muslim was coming, they dropped out.
Which is what I would have done.
Which is why I didn't tell you. We can go round and round about this, friend.
Well, the new show has many wondering if some of the dialogue and jokes are too offensive. Dina in Montreal wants to see Hollywood pay more attention to Islam. Muslims in America are often victims of negative stereotypes, and shows like Aliens in America and Little Mosque on the Prairie serve more as a lesson than comedy. It's a great starting point in bridging the divide between Muslim and Western societies. Jonathan in New York gives the show 2 thumbs up and writes, "I just saw the first episode and I absolutely loved it. Maybe a sitcom like this will make Americans finally realize that the overwhelming majority of Muslims are not violent, but peace-loving people." Candy in Kansas in the US believes critics need to relax and enjoy the show for its comedic value. Muslims who have an issue with this program need to realize that the show is making fun of ignorant Americans, not the religion of Islam or its followers. But Mustafa in Dubai finds offense in some of the content in the show and says, "Most Americans eat up everything that's presented to them without any real thought or discussion. Hollywood producers need to move away from the stereotypical roles and portray Muslims as they really are, family-oriented and hard-working people." It is a good series, though, I can tell you. The Muslim Holy Month of Ramadan is not just about abstaining from food and water from dawn until dusk, but is also a time to be more spiritually religious, spending hours in prayer and reciting the Quran to purify the soul. Well, fasting Muslims understand that this month is a time for prayer and devotion, but they still can't seem to stop themselves from focusing on food, especially sweets. And now a luxurious Indonesian hotel has crafted a miniature chocolate replica of Islam's holiest shrine to celebrate Ramadan. It took the chefs at the Grand Melia Hotel in Jakarta 2 months and 150 kilograms of white and dark chocolate to create the huge model of the Grand Mosque in Mecca in Saudi Arabia. The shrine, known as the Haram al-Sharif or Masjid al-Haram, is home to the Kaaba, which Muslims around the world turn to 5 times a day in prayer. Chefs said the chocolate mosque will be dismantled at the end of Ramadan, but it will not be eaten after being put on public display for a month. And that's it. Until next time, do keep sending in your questions and comments and point us to anything interesting or amusing for Street Talk. Remember, what you see here isn't necessarily the view of Al Jazeera, and some of the content's been edited, but for time and space reasons only. And that's the talk on the street.